Hi, everyone. Judge Andrew Napolitano here for Judging Freedom. Today is Wednesday, January 25th, 2023. It's about 10 minutes after 5 here on the East Coast of the United States. Dr. Joel Wallach, our regular health colleague, joins us today on the show. Dr. Wallach, it's a pleasure. Welcome back.
Well, thank you, Judge. It's an honor to be here with you.
Sure.
God bless you for all the great work you do.
Thank you. And the same to you, my dear friend. We're going to talk today about exercise and when you should eat before and after exercise, and what vitamins and supplements you should take, and if any of these so-called exercise drinks are really of any value. So I'll hand the ball off to you. Let's take a hypothetical young man or woman in late 20s, early 30s, who works out 2 or 3 times a week for 60 or 90 minutes at a time. Talk to us about the value of vitamins, supplements, rest, and liquid intake.
Okay. Well, the first thing we have to appreciate is that exercise is important because it helps maintain the movement of joints and muscles and blood flow and lymphatic fluid flow and that kind of stuff. And so you're getting circulation to the brain and the lungs and the heart and kidneys and muscles and so on. You're just laying in bed, there's places that aren't going to get the nutrients. They're not going to get the blood. They're not going to get the oxygen. So you do have to exercise. I walk 3 miles a day. I'll walk a mile, and then I do a bunch of things for a couple of hours. Then I walk a mile. Then I do a couple of things for a couple of hours. Then I walk a mile again. And then I do, so forth.
Right. The couple of things that you do for a couple of hours, does that raise your heart rate?
The things I do in between the exercise, those things do not raise my heart rate. The exercise does raise my heart rate, which is a good thing. I get stuff flowing into my brain and my heart and my lungs and my eyes and so forth. And I take the nutrients 4 times a day. I take my nutrients 4 times a day. I only weigh 142 pounds, but I take enough for a 200-pound person.
Do you take nutrients instead of a meal?
In the middle of the day, I don't take a meal. I only eat 2 meals a day. I'll have a snack in the middle of the day. But I do drink our Rebound, our sports drink, which has 100 nutrients in it. And I have to appreciate that one of the classic sports drinks, Red Bull, only has 1 mineral in it. It only has magnesium. And I think they picked magnesium because that's the mineral that Bruce Lee loves. And he was considered by all countries the guru of fitness and so forth. And so
you're talking about Bruce Lee, the actor and the sort of
guru for Kung Fu.
The Asian Kung Fu expert.
Yeah. Well, he died in 1973 at age 32 of a heart attack. He died at age 32 of a heart attack in 1973. And he was only supplementing with 1 mineral. And so that's why Red Bull, I think, put magnesium in their formula. That's the only mineral they've put.
All right. So if you are in your late 20s, early to mid 30s, and you do work out, which includes raising the heart rate and resistance, lifting weights, etc., when should you take these supplements? Before you work out, after you work out, or does it matter?
Well, it does matter. I only weigh 142 pounds. I'm 83 going on 84. Okay, I've been exercising. I lettered in wrestling and lettered in football and track and so forth in high school and University of Missouri. Only weighed 110 pounds. Okay, but I was a tough athlete. Okay, and I started taking the 90 essential nutrients when I was 9 years old. I started taking them when I was 9. There's a long story for that. We can do that another day, but I started taking the 90 essential nutrients when I was 9, and I like to sip on my liquid nutrients throughout the exercise period. Instead of sipping water, I would replace the nutrients as well as water instead of just replacing water.
So were you talking about sipping nutrients during the exercise? Like a lot of us have a bottle of water that we sip from during exercise. You're suggesting taking the nutrients then, or should you get all of it in your body before you exercise?
Both.
And if so, how long before you exercise should you get the nutrients into your body?
Okay, well, here's my system. I wake up sometimes 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'll have my breakfast, which has 3 eggs. I'll have some tuna fish, or I'll have salmon. I can have a beefsteak. I will have rice for breakfast and so forth. I'll have some kind of fruit or vegetables and so forth. And then I'll have our peppermint tea, But I will also have maybe our coffee. We have a nice coffee we make ourselves. We grow it ourselves. And so it's organic and all that kind of stuff. But I also take my 90 essential nutrients in the form of what we call the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. It has 215 nutrients in it, the core of which is the 90 essential nutrients. And I sip on that through breakfast. And then for my exercise, which I do maybe 10 to 15 minutes after I finish eating, I will, I go to the bathroom, all that kind of stuff, and then I get on the exercise program, and I will take my Rebound. And my Rebound has 75 minerals and 25 vitamins and amino acids in
Okay,
it.
so is the Rebound what you take and sip during the exercise,
That's
or the
correct.
Rebound you take right before you start?
Well, I don't want to slam the whole thing at one time, so I'm going to sip on it throughout the exercise, and I'm getting 75 minerals and 25 vitamins and amino acids. Those people who are drinking Red Bull, they're only getting 1 mineral. Okay, magnesium. Okay, and so I like to sip on, because you're sweating constantly and you're losing not only fluids, but you're also losing minerals, because sweat is not just water. Sweat is a soup made from minerals, okay, that's floating around in your body, in your bloodstream, and so forth. And so I like to supplement my minerals at the same time that I'm sipping on the water. So I make my Rebound. Okay, we have the sticks. Um, there's 30 sticks in a box. Okay, it has the 75 minerals, and it has the 25 vitamins, amino acids in it. And then we have the canister Rebound. Okay, which has 36 servings. Okay, in the Rebound canister. It does have we do have the cans.
Okay, what happens if you don't take vitamins and you don't take supplements and you exercise rigorously?
Okay, you're going to deprive your heart, your brain, your lungs, your muscles of nutrients they need to perform. And when you're exercising, all of these tissues and organs are performing, and you don't want them to be deficient, because they become deficient, you get a heart attack. Okay, you get a respiratory failure, you get a stroke, and so forth. And so it's best to be sipping on these nutrients throughout your exercise period. And again, I'll have my Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. I'll just take that throughout my breakfast, which takes about a half hour to eat, 45 minutes to eat my breakfast. So I'll have my 90 essential nutrients, actually my 215 nutrients, my Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. And then for my exercise, which comes up 15 minutes later, I'll be sipping on that Rebound with 100 nutrients in it for the next half hour to 45 minutes.
All right. What is your view on drinking a lot of water? The great quarterback, Tom Brady, who may still be playing at age 45. I don't know. He's a free agent now, but he's had a 20-year unbelievable career. Drinks about 8 to 12-ounce containers of water a day. Is that too much? Is that appropriate? Does the water help you?
Okay, I guarantee he's doing something else. Okay, he's
Well, I'm
taking
sure he's doing a lot of
yeah,
other things,
yeah, he's
but he
taking
has
salt.
stated publicly
Yeah,
many times that he's always drinking water. Should
yeah,
we all, if we are exercising, as I do 3 times a week for 90 minutes a clip, should we all be drinking that much water? That's almost continually
yes.
drinking water.
Well, you won't be
12,
drinking.
12-ounce containers
Yeah,
a day. That's a container an hour.
yeah. Well, you won't be drinking that much water if you're putting the nutrients with it, because when you are craving that much water, your body's not only looking for water, your body's looking for these nutrients you've been sweating out. Okay, and so to reduce the amount of water you're drinking, you take the Rebound. Okay, with the 100 nutrients in it, 75 minerals and 25 vitamins, amino acids, and suddenly your water consumption will go down maybe 25%. Okay, maybe more. because when you're thirsty, you're not only thirsty for water, you're thirsty for the nutrients that are in your bloodstream, which are coming out in your sweat. And so you have to appreciate that you have to constantly take these things. And so I'm getting 100 nutrients 4 times a day because I'm getting 2 of the rebounds a day. I'm getting 2 of the Healthy Brain and Heart Packs per day. And so that's 4 sets of 100 nutrients.
Well, you're also getting nutrients, unless you've included one of these in what you've just described, in the liquid that you're sipping while you're working out.
That's correct. And that's when I'm taking the 90 essential nutrients, I'm taking the 100 nutrients, I'm taking my
So
rebound for my
these
workout.
recommendations you're offering are for people your age, 83, and for people in their 20s, and for people every age in between.
That's correct.
All ages you're advising us require this kind of nutrient and supplement and vitamin intake before, during, and after exercise.
That's correct. And it's for 2 reasons. Number one, you don't want to create a deficiency, because that's why Bruce Lee died at 32 of a heart attack. He died of a deficiency. Although he was eating very well, he was making a lot of money, he could afford good food, but he was only supplementing with 1 mineral, magnesium, because he thought he could get everything else he needed from good food, which cost him his life.
Okay. Got it.
So
Got
you
it.
have
Now, the nutrients that you're offering, the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, the basics, the sort of stick candy like that you can eat, and the powder you can mix with the liquid. The powder you mix with the liquid is the one that I have been taking and has kept me in excellent health and helped me to slim down considerably. All of these are available at judginghealth.com, which of course is the joint venture between Dr. Wallach's manufacture and distribution of these products and your friendly Judge Napolitano on Judging Freedom. Dr. Wallach, it's always a pleasure. I'm sure we'll find something to discuss next week. Thank you very much for joining us.
Well, God bless you, sir, for the training of so many people, because I know so many people watch you and yearn to have your wisdom. And so we cannot thank you enough for passing on.
I want to ask you one last question. One of our emailers asks me, what's your opinion about weightlifting? What's your opinion about resistance? So we're not talking just about walking or jogging or running. We're talking about traditional weightlifting, which is basically stress and resistance on the muscles. What are your views on that, Dr. Wallach?
Okay, well, I was a big practitioner of weightlifting, bodybuilding, because I was a wrestler and I needed upper body strength. And so walking and jogging was good for the waist down, but wasn't good for the shoulders and the arms and the wrists and neck and upper back. And so I was doing bodybuilding from the time I was in grade school until I retired out of the military as a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force. I never stopped weightlifting. I still do 20 push-ups twice a day. I don't go to the gym because of the COVID thing right now, but I spent probably 70 years bodybuilding, weightlifting, to have upper body strength for my wrestling
and you're still doing it.
Yes, sir.
God bless you. All right, great comments, Dr. Wallach. Thank you very much for joining us.
God bless you for all you do. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge Napolitano and Dr. Wallach.
Yes, sir.
For Judging Freedom.